Okay, here we go. So, welcome. We're working on Lab 8, and this one is quite simple. So, our goal is 3 scripted navigation buttons that open a main window and close 2 other windows. A 2-state indicator that's driven by 1 Boolean tag and 1 real tag. An expression tag with a Boolean data type that's true when the reference tag value is between 20 to 30, and the reference tag should be an integer memory tag. So, I've already got all this set up. Let me close that. If I go to preview mode, right now I'm on window 1, and so going to window 2, I have it scripted so that it closes window 1 and window 3. Yes, okay. So now we just have window 2. And now, if I go to window 3, it closes windows 1 and 2. However, because window 1 was already closed, it would just close window 2 here. But if I go and open up all 3 of them again, and I go to window 2 and I hit the button, it closes window 1 and window 2, because now we're on window 3. Now, let me open all these up again. If I am on window 3, and I want to go open window 1, then it closes windows 2 and 3. And this is done by, let me get out of preview mode. This is done by the scripting. So I right click and I go to scripting. And then usually in the navigation, here's some of the basic stuff. You hit action performed, which is whenever you click the button. And then you can go and have it do nothing. You can have it open and center a window, or have it go forward or back, which I'm not too sure what that means. Or you can have it close itself or a different window. So I've kind of used a combination of the open swap and then the close. So whenever you want to open a window from the open swap button or like setting, it creates this script right here. So it has the word window equal your open window command for whatever window you decide to put in here. Since I'm opening Windows 2, or window 2, I have it named window 2 right here. And then this is just to center the word window, which, as we established right here, is now window 2. And then whenever you go to your close section, it creates this script, which is your system closing a window. And so I have it to close windows like 1 and 3. And for the other buttons, I just have it as, instead of window 2, it would be window 3 or window 1. And then instead of, window 1 and 3, it would be like window 2 and 3, or, window like 3 and 1, or window 1 and 2 rather, I mean. That's all the scripting. And now we have our 2-state toggle, which you can get from the component palette. Here it is, it's under buttons. And so with our 2-state toggle, let's see, let's read it again. It's driven by a Boolean tag and a real tag. I did not mean to open OBS. So here's our Boolean tag, and here is our float tag. Yes, okay. So I have it named float tag. But right now our Boolean tag is off, which means this is off, and our float tag is 51, which is good. I have it set so that here, I'll show you. Oh wait, no, it's in here. So in the scripting for our two-state toggle, oh, is it not there? Where did I put it at? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else. One second. Two-state indicator, one Boolean tag, one real tag. Okay. So, yeah, I have the Boolean tag. So if I turn that on, yeah. So the Boolean tag turns it on and off, but that's because the float tag is at 51. So if I make this float tag at, let's say, 40, and I apply it, and I try to activate the Boolean tag, it doesn't turn on whatsoever. So I have it set so it has to be above 50 for it to properly work. And here we go. I remember how I did that. I did that by my indicator value and going to the link and then going to the expression and inputting this expression. So it says my Boolean tag, and my float tag, which is this one right here that I have set at 51, have to be greater than 50 for my indicator value to change. And because it's a two-state toggle, it can only be in two states, whether that's off or on. So to change it, my Boolean tag is kind of like the officiator. So if it's off, then the two-state toggle has to be off, even if the float tag is above 50 because of this and statement. But if this is less than 50, or if it even if it is 50, and this is on, then it'll still be off because this isn't on. Both of them aren't true. All right. Now with that being done, we talk about the very last one, which is the expression tag with a Boolean data type that's true when the reference tag value is between 20 to 30. Reference tag should be an integer memory tag. So here's our integer tag. Here's our Boolean expression tag. So the integer tag, well, actually, I'm going to show you the expression tag first. So here's our expression. Let me hit the edit real quick. So it says that our integer tag has to be greater than or equal to 20, and the integer tag has to be less than or equal to 30 for it to be true, for it to activate. So that means that we have to be either at 20 or at 30 or between 20 and 30 for it to properly work. So as you can see, I'm at 25 and it says that it's true because the little check mark. But if we edit the value, let's make it 5, and we hit apply, it turns it off because it's not 20 to 30 at all. And so it reads it as false because the integer tag can't activate if it's not at 20 or 30 or between. So let's say we instead want to go for, I don't know, like 27 or even 30. Let's try 30. I hit apply. It's still there because it turns back on because we're in that range once again. So I'm going to set that back to 25. And really, that's about it. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Scripting's really interesting in Ignition. I did take a little bit of a Python class my first semester, and it was pretty interesting. So it's really nice to see that I can still use those skills in Ignition. which I wasn't really expecting, but I'm happy about. But that's it. So I will see you guys later. Goodbye.